name is Anki Joshi. I'll be talking today about changing the culture by changing habits. So, in today's session, we mostly talk about or heard about the cultures and the company cultures and the habits for the agile transformations. So, let's get started. So when we talk about the company culture, when we want to transform into agility, then it's obvious that we have to change the cultures first. So culture itself is not going to change. We have to change our mindset for that, right? Without change of mindset, without the growth mindset, we cannot say like we are now transformed and our culture is now fully changed. So here I put like we simply cannot change the culture by talking about the values frequently or printing the values together with the company's vision and missions and just sticking those to the in the big board later into the front door, and just by repeating every day the same lines, that doesn't change our culture. We have to like first change within ourselves, then we can think about changing the culture. Since every organization has different requirements, every organization has different needs and even different constraints set for them. Like for every organization, some of the organizations have the different constraints about the budget, and some get their constraints as a manpower or the team size, or some have the delivery deadlines. So everyone has different constraints. We have to work around that and come up with the best strategy that works for us. Let's go to the next. As like we can see here, we cannot follow others' prescription blindly. We have to think about that, or at least realize what we are working on, what we need for our organizations. Like if someone is using 2 weeks sprint length, that doesn't mean I have to use the same, right? Because that might be different case scenario. For instance, in my organizations, like I have one team that is purely working on innovations factor, and we are not following any Scrum for that because it's open-ended project, and we have 4 guys working on that, and we cannot say fixed velocity or capacity. We cannot define any capacity for them. So it's simply, since it's R&D work, and until and unless we are getting some output, it's okay for us to work like that. So having said that, culture is not a destination, it's a journey. So in every steps, we can define some rules, we can practice something, and if it is not working for us, then we can immediately switch. Like it's all about inspect and adapt, right? That's all. And so we have to decide how agile fits in our case. Like we need to understand what kind of organization is that we are working on, and what type of projects we are working on, and what is the need, what is the final output, then how I can mold all the processes into that. So it's not always true, like Scrum methodology might work in every case, but there might be the strategy that need to be changed everywhere. So that's the case. For us, we are not following Scrum in one of the team, and other teams are following it. So how Agile fit in our organization, for that to understand, we have to make sure like what will make what made up of an organization, like what factors make next company. For us, it's like for everyone, it's a 3 things like strategy, process, and structure. So if we choose anything, like a strategy is all about the organization, and process is how organization is being organized, that is about the process, and structure is itself organization. So we might have to change any corner to adjust our work to follow the agility. So we can change the behavior in terms of any of these 3. like I have one example over here. With the same qualification, work everywhere. For instance, some of the companies like through vacancy for the project manager job or the scrum master job, whatever it is, and it is not always the same case. Like everyone is seeking for the same qualification within the person, right? Someone might want more like communication skills in the person, so that communication is better between the party over there and theirs. So always it's a like breeze between the two parties. And some companies might be seeking for the technical person that can do the technical analysis or technical report preparation and present. Or some company might want like a person who had the understanding of hardware, software, or the internet, or the we can say just how to like connect all these things. Someone might be looking at those. So it's different for all. Same qualification might not work everywhere. So at last, I would like to like summarize some of the basic tenets of the Agile culture. Those were basically the manifestos of Agile principles. In Agile principles or in Agile culture, we give more priority to the people rather than the process. It's not like that process is at the low end. Process is also valuable, but the peoples are more valuable, right? And we seek for the dynamics. What are the results? What is the output? Rather than documenting everything and not showing actual product. And collaboration rather than the cascading. Other one is adaptive rather than perspective. We want change. We want to adapt change rather than just prescribing or following something. And Agile is seeking for the leadership rather than someone acting bossy or someone guiding us to just say do this and all. Well, that's all for my lightning talk. Thank you for having me here. And